lead teacher in room 2.
Hi, I'm Miss Jen, and I'm assistant teacher in room 2.
I'm Miss McKenna. I'm also an assistant in room 2.
We're so excited for this fun year, so if you guys want to go ahead and pull out the packet that we emailed you, we're going to go through it together and give you all kinds of fun information that you're going to need to know for this year.
Hi everyone, we're going to start with our room 2's newsletter, and that is should be emailed to you, so you can check that out. And we send one of those out every single month, and that has any information we need you to know for that month. Any activities we're going to do, any special days that may be happening. If there's a birthday, we'll put that on there so you guys can know the class birthdays, and anything else that you may need to know that month. So just keep a lookout for that, and you can always check it out, see what's going on. Also, we're going to talk about our curriculum, and you should have a paper with that. It will look a little bit like this, and that is just, it tells you what we're planning for that month. So if, for example, we'll say the book that we're planning on reading, obviously we'll read more than that, but that's our main book for the week, and our theme just kind of goes with that. So you can always ask your kids, it's just a guideline so you know what they're doing at school. So you can ask them, oh, like, what did you read today? Did you read The Kissing Hand? What did you like about it? What was your favorite part? And if you have it at home, you can also read it to them at home. It also goes over just things we may do. Like, for example, on that Monday, we may be making a line. And then you can ask them, oh, did you make a line at school today? And if you even want to, you can see, oh, can you show me how to draw that line that you did? Just so it knows, like, you know what we're doing at school, and you can ask for it. Otherwise, the kid gets home, you're like, oh, what'd you do at school? And they're like, nothing, or played. That just gives you a base so that you know what they actually did and helps you to create that dialogue at home as well. So that's it for the newsletter and the curriculum. We're going to go to Miss Larissa.
Next, we're going to talk about the first day of school and what to expect. So obviously things are going to look a little bit different this year, and we've got some tips and things for that. So let's go ahead and talk about that. So on the first day of school, you are going to need to bring a few things with you, and you're going to get those on Wednesday and Thursday when you come for our meet and greet, when you get to see us in person. So those things are your yellow emergency card, where everybody on campus has one. It's just, you know, that in case of emergency things. So everybody has to fill out a new one every year. So we're going to have that, so make sure you bring that on your first day of school. And when you come for the meet and greet, we're going to give you a Ziploc bag with a little card in there, and you're going to put an extra change of clothes in there. And we keep extra clothes in here for every student in case, you know, someone has a potty accident, or they spill paint, or they got a little too overeager in the mud kitchen. All these things happen pretty regularly because it's preschool, and getting dirty is okay, and it's fun, and it's how they learn. So we want them to have those experiences, but sometimes if they're, you know, a little bit too wet, or if it's really cold outside, something like that, we're going to change them for you because we don't want them to be uncomfortable all day in dirty, wet clothes. So we do need extra clothes. So you're going to bring those extra clothes with you in that Ziploc bag, and the only thing they need is pants, shirt, underwear, socks. That's it. We don't need four pairs of pants. We don't need extra shirts. Just one of everything in that Ziploc so that we can stack them nicely and keep them kind of tucked away until we need them. And then also we're going to talk about separation in a minute, but at the end of the week, every Thursday and Friday, your child is going to be sent home with all the papers from that week. So like on Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays, they're not going to get anything sent home because you're not coming in the classroom and getting that stuff. It's easier just to send everything home at once at the end of the week. So on Thursday and Friday, you're going to want to go through everything with them and be like, oh, this is the rainbow that you made. Tell me how you made it, you know, and asking those kinds of questions because and it kind of gives them ownership of it, and they get really excited about it. So you're going to want to do those kinds of things with them. And then also Class Dojo. So make sure you're checking Class Dojo on the first day of school because we're going to be posting pictures of what the kids are doing, any fun activities, or just what's going on in the classroom. And you can see who they're playing with, or, you know, what they're doing so that you can ask them about their day. All right, and next I'm going to talk about separation. So separation is obviously a big issue, especially at this young of an age. They're 3 years old, and you know they've hardly been apart from you. Especially these past few months, you've been spending a lot of time at home together. So we want to make sure that separation goes smoothly for everybody. And the biggest thing, I've been teaching for 15 years. Since Jen's been teaching for 20. This is the biggest thing: is consistency and keeping it short and sweet. So if you're doing the same thing every day, the drop-off is going to be the same. They're dropping off at the front welcome table up there, and they're coming back to the classroom with one of us, and we're going to do the same routine with them in here every day. So that consistency is really going to help them know what to expect and know how they can react to that then. So a big thing for you too is just keeping it short and sweet. They get their temperature taken and they go off with the teacher and say goodbye, give a hug, no lingering or anything like that, because even if they're crying or upset and you're handing them off to me or Miss McKenna or whoever, if you're handing them to me even when they're upset, you're showing your child that you can trust us, and they're going to go off of that and they're going to trust us as well. So if they again, they're going to feed off of your energy, and they're going to feed off of whatever you're displaying. So if you're confident and passing them off to us, then they're going to be that way too. And I 100% understand if you need to go sit in your car and cry or whatever. You can, check Dojo and we'll send you pictures when we can. But I promise you that all three of us are going to do our very best to make sure that each child is happy and healthy and safe here. And we're going to make sure that they become well adjusted in the classroom. So just have a little patience and a little faith in the process. I know it's going to be rough a little bit at the beginning, but we are all doing our best. And we truly care for your children. That's why we're here and doing this. And so just bear with us. We can do it, I promise. On the next page, we're going to move on and go ahead and we're going to talk about our class schedule. So some of you may have noticed that our schedule is going to look a little bit different this year. Because of licensing restrictions, we have to switch our groups up a little bit. So the 5-day students who come every day, are not mixing with 2 separate groups of kids. They're not mixing with the Monday, Wednesday kids and the Tuesday, Thursday kids. So those 5-day students are going to be in a separate group. They're called cohorts. So cohort A is going to be 5-day students, and they're going to be playing with only those 5-day students. So they're only exposed to that many students. And the teachers are going to rotate between the cohorts, and we're going to make it work for us. We're going to make it fun and exciting, and we're going to do different things. We're never going to be in the classroom at the same time, so one group will be playing outside first, while the other one is inside doing things like circle time and table activities and music. And then we're going to swap, and they're going to have, most days we'll probably have snack outside and, play outside, maybe do a little group game, something like Duck, Duck, Goose or something like that, where it's, minimal physical interaction, but it's still really exciting and fun for them. And Duck, Duck, Goose is such a fun one that they love. I don't get it, but they love it, so I'll do it all day if that's what it takes. So that's just goes over a little bit of how our day is going to look. And then moving on to the next page, we're going to talk about communication. So again, with the restrictions, we're not going to be able to see you face to face every day. And that's one of the hardest things for me, because I love talking to you guys at the end of the day and, oh my gosh, you did the funniest thing today, or those kinds of little things. So especially because we're trying to minimize our interaction with other adults so that we can stay safe and healthy and be here for your children, we're going to be trying our best to stay behind the gate, especially at pickup time. So unfortunately, that means none of the three of us are going to be able to talk to you much when you come to pick up your child. And I know it's really hard, and trust me, it's hard for us too, but it really is what's best for everybody right now to keep everybody healthy and safe. So on that note, we do have other ways of communication. My cell phone number is here on this page, so please feel free to text me. Texting is the best way, because if I am in a classroom with children, I don't have to pick up the phone and be talking on the phone, but I can still answer you pretty quickly. And same thing, Class Dojo. So Miss McKenna and Miss Jen are also on Class Dojo, so you can message either one of us pretty quickly on there. You could send us a direct message. You can, comment and things on pictures and stuff like that. So those are all the best ways to communicate with us. If it's something non-immediate, you can email it to the Room 2 email, and I respond to those pretty much daily. So. But again, texting and Dojo are going to be the easiest ways to get a hold of us, especially because we're going to have our phones taking pictures and things of the students, so it's going to be pretty easy to respond if it's an immediate response necessary situation. Otherwise, you might have to wait a little bit until we're not with children to be able to respond to that. Because that is our priority. And on that note, if you're running late any day, which hopefully you guys are all here right at 9 o'clock, right at 1 o'clock on the dot, I hope so. But if you're not, traffic happens. Last month they were doing construction on MacArthur, and it was a zoo. So hopefully that doesn't happen again, but we understand those days happen, or whatever, drop off at your older child's school was a zoo or something. So if that happens, just come and get here when you get here. It's during drop-off times, everybody in the front office is doing drop-off at the welcome table. So they're not in the office answering phones. So if you're calling and saying, you know, I'm running a little bit late, there's nobody there to answer the phone because they're out at the welcome table actually greeting and doing that. So, or you can just text me and say, hey, we're going to be half an hour late today or whatever it is. So those are the best ways to communicate those kinds of things. And we're going to move on now, and Miss Jen's going to tell you a little bit about our snack.
All right, so next we're going to go over our snack. And here we do a snack calendar. So if you check your email, you'll see when your child's date is for bringing their snack. On there are a few categories that they can choose from, and there's a pre-approved list. We do that just to help with allergies. There are some kids who have allergies to other things, and these are nut-free and safe. We also ask that when you bring any fruit, if you can, bring the whole fruit or prepackaged fruit. So at the grocery store, they do have sometimes like a cut of watermelon or cantaloupe, and it's already cut and prepackaged. We ask for that just so right now there isn't any cross-contamination. If something has to be washed, we can wash it in our sink if you bring apples or something like that. We're also going to forego the grapes for now, just because we ask that they are cut up, and we don't want anything coming from everyone's houses at the moment, and we don't have the time really to cut up every single grape in our classroom, so we're just going to ask to not do that for now, but if that changes, we will definitely let you know. We also allow you to bring a birthday treat if you would like, so if it's your kid's birthday, on their sign-up day, you can also bring a little special treat that they can have for a snack. We also have a pre-approved list for that. It's like ice creams or little cakes or cookies that are pre-approved already. If you bring anything else, we want to make sure that on the packaging it says that it is not processed in a place that has any nuts, tree nuts, or peanuts with it. I think that's all for our snack for now. If you have any questions, you can always email us, and the list of it will always be in your email. It is your responsibility to make sure you know when your child's date is, so we just ask that you double check the email every month just to make sure you know when your child's date is coming up. All right, back to Ms. Larissa.
All right, we're going to talk about potty training. What does it mean to be potty trained? So at Newport Coast, we do have a little potty trained policies, and this is the same for all the classrooms. So what it says basically is that your child is not wearing diapers of any kind when they're here. That means no pull-ups, no training underwear. They're in just regular underpants on a daily basis when they're here. So we're actually not licensed to change diapers. That's part of the licensing umbrella that we're under. So we cannot change diapers and things like that here. So we will send them home if you send them in, something like that. Also, they have to be able to tell us when they need to go potty. So we do take them twice a day. You know, they're only here for 3 hours. And so it's basically every hour that they're going, or like maybe hour and a half in between, which should be plenty for a 3-year-old. But if they do need to go in addition to those times, they need to be able to verbalize it. So, you know, using words like potty or go or whatever their verbiage is, that they're actually acknowledging the fact and letting us know when they have to go use the restroom. Because obviously we have to be able to supervise and just make sure that everyone's safe in there. That's our policy as well. And another thing is that if you're using a different language at home, if you're using a different language and they, you know, they don't say potty, they say caca, or they say, you know, geesh, or whatever the word or verbiage is that you use at home, please let us know if it's in a different language so that we can make sure that we understand what they're trying to tell us, and make sure that everybody knows. And if your child is having consistent potty accidents, we are going to have to send them home for 2 weeks to re-potty train. But that's not going to happen because you guys are amazing and everybody has their child perfectly potty trained, right? We're all on it. I love it. Just kidding. I know that's not the case. But we can hope for the best. Anyways, moving on from potty training, now we're going to talk about parent volunteers. So in the past years, we've had parent volunteers in the classroom at least once a week doing things like reading to the children or playing games or doing an art project, those kinds of things. So unfortunately this year, because of everything going on, we're not going to be able to have any parent volunteers in the classroom, which I just hate, but it is what it is, and we have to do what we can right now to just keep everybody safe and healthy. So we have to cancel that for the time being, but hopefully in a few months when the numbers go down, we'll be able to start that back up again, and I will keep you guys up to date on that. But for now, the only parent volunteer that we actually need is going to be a room parent for every classroom. And Room Parent is super easy this year because we're not having big parties or anything like that. So you might be helping us plan an art project for, in-class party, but you just won't be able to come. But you can help us plan and implement that kind of thing. Room Parent will be in charge of sending out emails to the parents on a weekly basis with snack reminders and, don't forget it's pajama day, those kinds of things. Those are fun things for the room parent to do, and it kind of helps you be the liaison between us and the other parents as well, just as an extra, voice and person that they can reach out to if anything. So it's a pretty easy job, and it's really fun and a good way to be involved. So this year, because the job is a little bit different, we're only needing one room parent per class. So if you're interested in that, there's a little room parent, I don't know if you could see, fill out on the bottom of that page. So just bring that with you on either the first day of school or when you come for the meet and greet. Bring that with you, and we're really hoping that we get lots of feedback on that. And we're going to move on, and Miss McKenna is going to tell you about our meet and greet.
Parents, I'm just going to talk about the meet and greet really quick. So we are going to send out a Sign Up Genius link. So when you get that, there's going to be 2 slots. So that's going to be 2 families at a time, and they're going to be 10 minutes each. So as soon as you get the link, sign up for whatever day you would like. It's Wednesday or Thursday. And at that meet and greet, we're kind of just going to show you the classroom, introduce ourselves, get to know each other a little bit while we have the little piece of time, since we won't be able to communicate really a lot throughout the upcoming weeks. So just sign up for a slot, and we will get to know each other.
Thank you so much for watching our video. I hope you got lots of good feedback and information on there. Just a couple real quick, don't forget to add the Class Dojo app, and you're gonna you're gonna add a Newport Coast Preschool, and then you're gonna click on Room 2 and add our class and go through those steps. It walks you through it. It's pretty easy. And one of the beautiful things about Class Dojo is if you speak another language and more comfortable in another language, it will translate all of our things automatically for you. So I love that. But so don't forget Class Dojo. If you have any questions on anything in this email or anything coming up, please email us at room2@newportcoastpreschool.com. Thanks.